Hey guys, it's Cherie and I brought you in super close so that I can do some makeup with you. I hope to be using some of my summer favorite makeup items. However, I am on vacation and we've been swimming a lot and my skin has tanned a bit, so I don't know if my foundation will actually match. If it doesn't, I'll just mention it. But yeah, so let's test out some of this makeup that I've been loving all summer long. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you are a returning person to my channel, thank you so much for coming back. At the end of the video, if you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing I want to put on my face is this MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base. This is just a primer. It's a sample that I received. It was a gift with purchase. And so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I actually am on vacation. I think I might have mentioned that already. And I don't like carrying my big squeezy bottles of primer. So I think this is the perfect time to test out primers and to just use all those little samples you get as freebies when you purchase things. So otherwise those things just collect dust or are in a drawer and you forget about them. So I thought this was a good opportunity to use those. Alright, so the foundation that I've been loving this summer is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. This is what it looks like, and as you can see, it is a bit light. So I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I am going to give it a try. Oh, it's locked. This foundation is pretty expensive. And it requires you to buy the pump separate. That is the only drawback to this foundation. If you are a person who is looking for a more affordable foundation, this is not the one. I want to say it's about $45, but I will list how much it actually costs in the description section of this video so that you know what you're getting yourself into should you decide to try it. But the reason why I love it so much is because it is a matte foundation that lasts on my skin all day long. I have found that with a lot of the high-end foundations I've been testing out lately, they break up on my face so badly. Like, the oil is just unforgivable. I'll have like little streams of cracked oil down my nose or around my nose, and the makeup separates so badly, and it's like to the point where, like, if I try to blot and then touch up with powder, it looks disgusting. It's not even savable. So, and since I'm an oily person, this happens within like 3 to 4 hours of wearing. So I don't have that problem with this foundation at all. As you can see, the foundation right now is absolutely too light. I haven't actually been wearing makeup since I've been on vacation because, you know, my skin has been really clear and we've been in and out of the pool and the beach and all that stuff. So it didn't make sense to wear makeup. So, I've been wearing sunblock, however my face still did get super tan. I'm hoping that I can fix that with powder and with bronzer. Now, this foundation is medium to full coverage, however I'm going to be using it lightly on the skin. I actually don't want a super full coverage look today. It's the evening, I'm going to dinner with my husband, and I don't feel the need to be super beat, you know what I'm saying? When I'm on vacation, I don't like to wear heavy makeup, especially when it's warm out. So that's what I will be doing. The next thing I will be doing is concealing. Now, I haven't been wearing makeup like I mentioned, so I haven't been wearing concealer lately. I'm hoping that this will still work out okay. This is the Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. It's right now my favorite because it definitely stands the test. So I do have like an acne scar on my nose and one right here that I'm actually not going to cover. It's just not worth the hassle, and I definitely don't want to put more and more layers on top of it. And it's actually a flat area on my face. It's just dry skin that has gotten pigment now to it. It's you know, it's turning into a little acne scar. So I'm just trying to brighten up my under eye as much as possible. And I really love this concealer. It's full coverage, buildable concealer. You can use it lightly if you wish, but I really like it because when I sweat, if I do sweat, it doesn't break up. It's super long lasting on my skin, and it seems pretty moisturizing too. Doesn't create oil, however, I don't feel dry and crepey under the eyes like I do with some concealers. So that is why it is definitely working for me. Alright, so that's my face. I'm going to go ahead with some powder. So I'm just using my Sephora Micro Smooth powder and just stamping it into the skin. I don't actually want to use my translucent powder because since I'm a little tan, that one makes me look ghostly. So even though it does have a yellow tint to it, I am a walking ghost. So I'm just going to use my regular face powder to set my whole face instead of using a setting powder, which essentially gives you more coverage anyway. But as you can see, all of my foundation powder situations right now are at least 2 shades too light. So when I get back home, I'm gonna have to go shopping again to get more. But I think since I love this Estee Lauder foundation so much, and I know it will be a good winter shade for me, I'll just save this and then I'll get a really great darker drugstore foundation instead of spending another $45 on foundation. Ain't nobody got money like that, or at least I don't. Alright, so I'm going to take this Morphe, what is it actually called? Highlight Contour Palette. I love this thing. It is the 8H. There are 2 kits. This is going to be the darker of the 2. And I'm going to use this. This is my absolute favorite this summer for bronzing and contouring on the face. It has some really great bronzing shades that work so nicely on brown skin. And so I've been really enjoying it. Definitely blends into the skin nicely. Doesn't appear streaky in my opinion onto the skin. It's so funny, when we're on vacation, we always go on vacation with my in-laws, and it's like all hands on deck, and we just kind of take turns rotating with the kids, so everyone gets a vacation. Now for them it's work because they don't have little kids in their house every day, but for us it gives us a chance to have either me time or time alone together. And so we are going on date night tonight, no kids, and that was going to be really good for us so we can have adult conversation, which if you have kids, you know, quickly turns into conversations about the kids. It's very hard not to talk about them. We love them so much. They're such a huge part of our lives. But we try our best to flirt and, you know, do the stuff. So if you're wondering which colors I mixed these 2 here, those are the ones, the 2 lighter ones. I like the darker one as well, but it is more on the red side. And tonight I just don't want to use it, but it is gorgeous on the skin. If you're my color or lighter, you can use this, but I think it's primarily suited for people my skin tone or darker. And for reference, when I am not tan, I am NC45 and NW43. I think I said that right. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with some blush, and today I'm going to go in with my peach, what is this? Peach Twist blush by MAC. And I love this because it is a subtle, nice peachy blush. And MAC blushes to me are some of the best blushes. They're long lasting and they're really nice on oily skin. But I like this one in particular because it's peachy and it has just a slight sheen to it. I wonder if it's a satin. I don't really know their line super well, but it is one that has kind of like a satiny sheen. I don't know if you can see that in the light. And I really like that, but it just brings a little bit of peachiness to the cheeks without being super over the top. Now I did forget my highlighting brush at home, so what I've been using as an alternative is a fluffy blending brush. I've been using the M504 by Morphe. and I'm going to go in with a couple of the highlight shades in this palette. I want to go into Mirage, which is more bronzy, and then I'll top it with Big Bang, which is this really bright gold color here, and just kind of lightly top the cheeks. I really love everything in this kit. Every single highlight shade looks really nice on the skin, and all the bronzers work on my skin, and it's definitely affordable. I want to say I spent $20 on this at Ulta, whereas, you know, I could have gotten like a $65, what is it, Guerlain, probably saying that wrong, or expensive Bobbi Brown. There's so many other options of things that I've actually wanted to try, but just the sticker shock of it all just kind of like, I can't go there. So this has been a good alternative for me. So if you are like myself and you're putting yourself on a bronzer budget, I think that it's worth the $20 because of all the different shades that you get in it, and because I swear, if you have oily skin, you will like the way these melt into your skin. It looks like wet skin. It does not look chalky. It doesn't look crazy or splotchy or anything like that. It doesn't like hug onto dry skin. It just melts into the skin extremely nicely. Okay, next we're gonna go in with eyebrows, and I will be using a brow powder. I do like this. This is the Tanya Crook eyeshadow eyebrow powder, and I've been using this a lot lately because I find that every time I start using pencils again, my eyebrows start getting thin. So I think it's either the Force or the brands, but I'm using high-end makeup. I use Anastasia Beverly Hills, so it's not like I'm using a dry, old, crazy pencil, but I just find that using a pencil is a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit harsh on my eyebrows. They just kind of disappear on me. So this brow powder, whenever I switch back to it, not only does it do a great job, but my eyebrows thicken up again, which Lord knows I need. I've never been a person with really thick eyebrows. And those are the brows. I think they came out really good. I'll show you which color I used. It's a trio, and I used the darker of the three. Sometimes I go between the middle shade and the darkest shade. Next, I'm gonna go in and use some eyebrow gel so that these guys stay in place. Makeup on camera looks so much lighter than it is in person. Like in person, I'm much more bronze. So, oh well, what are you gonna do? All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is do some eyeshadow. Now, I really don't want to use an eyeshadow base. My eyeshadow is literally just going to be on for the next 3 hours, maybe 4 tops. So I'm not worried about the eyeshadows creasing or anything like that. So that being the case, I will just go right in with my eyeshadows without a primer, and hopefully it lasts long enough on the face. And so I will be using the ColourPop times Makeup Shayla Perception palette. I believe I've done one other look using this palette already. So this will be number 2. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow into this orange shade here, and it is called Thick. I'm going to use that in my crease, and I'm just using a fluffy blending brush. I don't want to use too many colors. I'm just doing light makeup today. And this is my absolute favorite shade in the palette. It screams summer. I find myself gravitating to it all the time. Do you see how beautiful this color is? Like, it looks super intense in the pan, but it just melts right into this brown skin. Love it. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to go in is I'm going to do Revenge, which is the darker reddish brown shade next to it. And these are my favorite shades in the bunch. I wish I could remember what I did in the last look, using this palette because I'm feeling like it's probably a similar, if not the same color scheme. And if that's the case, I'm so sorry guys. But if not, I hope that's not. Hopefully you'll like this. I'm very much drawn to the bronzies and the golds and the warms, the reds, the oranges, the browns. Alright, so I'm going to go in with the TF, which is this gold shade here, and I'm just going to apply that to the lid. It's a bright gold shade. Gorgeous. Whew. That's pretty. So I'm going to go in just with this shade color. It's called Shade, and it's kind of like a burgundy, but it's burgundy brown shimmer. And on the inner corner, I'm going to actually use a different gold. I'm going to be using, I'm going to go with Unbothered. It looks white in the pan, but it's actually a gold. It's a peachy gold. And that's the eyes. Before I do mascara, I'm going to actually set my base, and I'll be using this Pure Miracle Mist. And I like this because with it being so hot, I've been finding that sometimes drying setting sprays have not been working as well, and you think they would because I'm oily, but I need something that's kind of a good balance. It sets the makeup but doesn't make my face feel like it's a frozen in time. I'm going to be wearing this lipstick. It's a ColourPop Makeup Shayla collaboration, and it's stuck in the tube. Awesome. I had some technical difficulties, but I am back now, and I will be finishing up my lips and doing mascara. Now, I started out using a Makeup Shayla lipstick called Ooh from ColourPop, and I found that it wasn't going on nicely because I couldn't unroll the tube. I'm trying to save my lip look by adding gloss. Hopefully it will look a little bit nicer. I'm now going in with my favorite gloss, and it's probably everybody's favorite these days, and it is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. Such a good gloss. But anyway, so that's my lips. Now I just need to do my mascara, and then the look will be completed. Okay, if you're wondering about what mascara this is a sample. It is the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme, and it is a really good travel size sample. I don't know that I'll buy the full size, but I think it does okay. Anyways, this is my look. This is what I came up with using all of my summer favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you do like this look. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.